Like if you found the video valuable. The first time Emma saw Daniel, he was sitting under the old willow tree in the park, sketching in a worn leather notebook. It was spring, and the air carried the scent of blooming jasmine. She was on her usual morning jog, but something about the quiet intensity on his face made her slow down. He didn't notice her, or maybe he did, and just didn't show it. Either way, she passed by without speaking, but the image of him, pencil in hand, head tilted toward the page, stayed with her all day. Over the next week, she found herself timing her runs to pass by that willow. He was always there, sometimes sketching, sometimes just staring at the pond, as if trying to memorize the ripples. Finally, one breezy Saturday morning, she stopped. "What are you drawing?" she asked. Daniel looked up, startled. His eyes were a soft hazel, and when they met hers, it was like sunlight breaking through clouds. "The tree," he said simply. "And other things." She glanced at the page and saw delicate pencil strokes forming the willow's drooping branches, but also faint outlines of a figure, her, mid-run. "You've been drawing me?" she said, surprised. He hesitated. "Only when you pass by. You move like you're chasing something. I wanted to capture that." That conversation led to coffee at the little cafe across the street. Coffee led to longer talks, shared laughter, and confessions about dreams neither had told anyone else. Emma learned Daniel was an illustrator who had moved to town recently, looking for peace after a painful breakup. Daniel learned Emma worked at the local library, loved stargazing, and had a habit of collecting pressed flowers in her journals. The willow became their spot. Sometimes they sat in comfortable silence, Daniel sketching, Emma reading. Sometimes they argued about books or movies, just to see each other smile in mock frustration. Weeks turned into months, and friendship turned into something warmer, deeper, something they were both a little afraid to name. One autumn evening, as leaves spiraled down in shades of amber and gold, Emma found a small wrapped package waiting for her under the willow. Inside was a sketch, a portrait of her, sitting under the tree, looking at him. Beneath it, in neat handwriting, were the words, "Will you stay?" She looked up to see Daniel watching her, nervous. "I don't just mean today," he said quietly. "I mean, will you stay in my life? For as long as this tree stands?" Emma felt tears prick her eyes. "Only if you promise the same." He smiled, relief and joy flooding his face. Always. From then on, the willow wasn't just a tree in the park. It was their witness, their shelter, their silent promise. Years later, on a spring day much like the one they met, they stood beneath its sweeping branches and exchanged vows, the air again filled with the scent of jasmine. And every year after, no matter where life took them, they returned to sit beneath that willow tree, because love, once rooted, only grows stronger.